Hi everyone and welcome to this video. This time what I want to do is try to describe better the platform I'm using for charting and what are the indicators I'm using, and so maybe provide a description or clarification of what is showing, what I'm showing on every weekly recap video. So let's start. This is TradingView. This is the software I use for charting, and I have this layout for day trading, which is one window here for the 1 minute, as you can see here, one other window here for the 5 minute, and one window down here for the daily. So I use the daily, the 5 minute and 1 minute. You can increase the size of each one of these by pressing Alt plus click on it, as you can see. And the indicators I use are almost the same in every single of these charts. Let's start from the daily, that's a bit different maybe. In light gray you can see the EMA, the 9 EMA. I use also the 20 EMA in light blue and the 200. In this case it's on this purplish magenta red, let's say. I also use these yellow horizontal lines for the daily levels in the daily chart, where you can see like the highs or sometimes the lows, basically providing an idea for support and resistance. These are yellow for the daily, and purple, light purple for the intraday. And you can add them basically by clicking Alt H, and if you have this magnet you just place close to the top of the candle, of the body of the candle, and it adds them right there. Ctrl Z cancels everything as usual. Switching to the 5 minute, which is also very similar to the 1 minute chart. We have the 9 EMA in gray, the 20 EMA in blue, light blue, and this purplish light purple for the 50 EMA, and this darker deeper purple for the 200. You can notice here we have also view up, which is the volume weighted average price. So whereas the EMAs are an exponential moving average, meaning that they represent the average of the X, in this case 9, 20, 50, 200 number of candles before the present one, giving a higher weight to the closest ones. Whereas for the view up, the weight is provided by the volume. So the higher the volume of the candle, the more important would be the value of the candle that will basically define the average in the end. Also, like on the daily chart, we have the volume here in below, and also I have this very simple custom indicator, previous OHLC, which does nothing more than providing the previous values for the open, high, low and close of the candle, so I don't have to switch back and forth every time that I want to look, for example, for a breakout. Let's say I want to enter this breakout here and I'm on this candle, so here it will show up the values for this candle. So the high is 1064, let's say, but let's say that this is a candle that is just printing now, so we don't have yet this high. Let's say we are at 1030 and I want to check what's the high of this candle. I just look up here, and the second value will be 1044, which is the high of this candle. Pretty simple indicator, very handy. Finally, on the 1 minute, we have basically the same exact stuff on this chart, on the 9, the 20, the 50, the 200, and view up. We also have a custom indicator I'm testing, and sometimes I use it. It prints basically these green upwards triangles. And what this does, basically, if a candle taps the 9 EMA on the 1 minute and it's still strong, meaning the RSI is above 60, and it hasn't tapped the 9 EMA on the previous candle, then it will print a triangle. And I use it sometimes for pullbacks, but not very often, actually. It really depends on the stock. Like, for example, here it would have been a decent one. You get the flush down, taps, opens the new candle, the stop would be the low of this one, and then you just let it run. It doesn't differ much from taking a breakout here in terms of profit to loss ratio, but it's just a different way to see things. You can see here instead it wouldn't have worked that well, but I'm testing it, so I keep it there. We have the volume, just like on the 5 minute. Then I use the RSI here. I use it in a particular way, taught by one of my mentors. Basically, I don't use it for oversold, overbought, or for the divergence. I simply use it as an indicator to see if the stock is strong enough. So if I want to buy or hold the pullback, if I see that it's holding the 60 area, then it means it is still strong. If it taps 60 from below, like here, sometimes I use it as an indicator that maybe it's not strong enough yet. Here I enter regardless of this indicator, so clearly it's not something I'm using every single time. Then here we have a Akanashi candle. Maybe this will deserve a proper video, but for now it's enough to say that I use this as an indicator to understand when a stock is about to change, maybe reversing, or when to identify longer trends and maybe hold more on a winner, or be ready to get in on a switch of momentum from one way to the other. I'll go maybe deeper in detail on how to use this in different video, but for now what I wanted to show you was basically the charting software I'm using and what is the layout I usually use, and so you can better understand what you're seeing basically when I'm showing the charts on my videos. So I think that's for this video. Quick one compared to the others, but I hope it was useful. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to add them below, and I think I'm going to show you in another video how to set TradingView to display more indicators at once, so that even if you have a free account, you can have as many of these EMAs as you like, and still have the RSI, for example, on the same chart. So it's pretty handy even if you have a free account. So with that said, I hope you have a good time and stay green. Bye bye.